Yard on Thursday, and we have a very special guest all the way from Tennessee. Please introduce yourself and tell us your band.
Hi, I am Heather, and I play bass for Shallow Point in East Tennessee. And I try to play other things, but I'm not very good at it. So,
So let's just get right into it. A bass player.
yeah,
Nobody wants to play bass, but you fucking rock it. Like,
I love
how,
bass guitar.
what was your inspiration to even pick up a bass per
Oh
se
gosh,
instead of singing or guitar? You know what I mean?
everyone asks me that, and it's just always the same answer because my mom played in bands, and when I was growing up, and her band needed a bass player, so um, they were like, "Here, play bass," and I was like, I didn't know how to play bass, but I learned really fast, so that's how I
Yeah.
learned how to play bass. Yeah, and I play
No,
bass.
that's
I mean, I play other instruments. I could play drums. I could keep a beat. Nothing fancy, and I do sing some, and um, I can play keyboards. I took like 10 years of piano, but I just got
oh
thrown on the
wow.
bass guitar, and that's where I stayed.
That's kind of cool because not a lot of people actually pick up the bass and stuff. When I was talking
I
to a
don't know
woman the
why.
other day, and she's like, "I'm gonna learn to play bass." I was like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Just like Lenny,
Yeah,
like play that shit like you own it. And
yeah.
from what I've heard, man, and the photos I've seen of you guys on stage, you on stage personally, like you do a very good job of what you do, right? So
Oh, thank you. I try.
yeah. So give us a little insight on your band there, Shallow Point. Like where's the name? Where do you guys come from?
Shallow point comes from pretty much a shallow point in your life. I think everybody's been there.
Yeah.
I think I stay there, but yeah, I think we jinxed ourselves
Hmm.
because we're in a continuous shallow point. But yeah, we've lived that shit. I mean, we we are
Oh, no
shallow
doubt, right? Like,
point. Oh, I'm sorry, I said the bad word. I didn't
oh, you can say
mean
fuck, you
to.
can say shit, you can smoke
Okay.
weed on the show. I don't care,
Oh,
man. We're fucking,
perfect.
yeah, yeah. There's no rules really here. If there is, I'll cut you off, and we won't be live no more, right?
You'll freeze me.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you're willing to talk about what we're talking about, there's nothing we can't cover, right? So,
Right.
but
I like to talk,
so how
so.
long? I haven't had a lot of time because I've been super busy with work, and then Sam put me on to you guys not long ago, right? Just last week. Let's go a little in depth about your music. Like where are you guys bringing your music from? Are they all from Tennessee as well, or you guys come from all over the country, or what?
Well, we've had quite a few band members, so. Um, but yeah, most of them have been local. And usually when we write songs, everybody contributes, I mean, just like any other band. Somebody will have an idea, and we take it from there and see what
Hmm.
happens. And we'll put all our songs together and try to figure out which ones we like best to record. That's usually what we do with that. And we are working on some new music right now. A couple of songs I'm really excited about. I think they're going to be really good. And but they're not all the way together. We'll probably record like spring sometime right there,
Yeah, still
hopefully.
polishing them up and whatever, right? So
Oh yeah,
when you
they got to
guys
work.
are in the studio, do you have like are you guys signed? Like do you have little hawk eyes watching over you and telling you no, play it this way or play it that way? Or do you have that freedom to just play whatever you want and record it?
Well, we do have a producer, and he is amazing. I mean, like if he hears anything he doesn't think is cool, he'll let you know. Um,
Yeah, right?
Generally speaking, to save time and money, we try to make sure our songs are, where they need to be before we go in there. Hopefully, and we spend a lot of time on pre-production. Like writing songs, and just we spend a lot of time getting them the way we really want them. And
Yeah.
The last couple of times we've gone to him, he hasn't really tried, to change too much. He'll be like, if he hears something, he'll say it or whatever. But um, most bands, they don't really like their music changed. So, we get it the way we want it, and then we just want to record
Yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
I was just talking
So,
to Pressure, and they just got recently signed
yeah,
with a record label and stuff, and
yeah, they're probably
they're on the
aren't they?
fence with the studio. You know what I mean? Like it's always a touch and go because it's supposed to be your music, but then the studio, no, we want it played like this, and then there's always that clash and that argument. But
I think they're signed to the same record label we just signed to. It's RFL Records. Was that
oh,
who it was?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, you're correct.
yeah, yeah. We just got signed with them too, and
That's awesome.
so far they have been absolutely amazing. Like I absolutely love these people. They're good people. They
Yeah.
want what's best for the band. They really want the band to be the creative one. At least that's the way they've been with us. They haven't tried to tell us what to do at all. So
No, that's
um,
fantastic to hear,
I mean,
like,
but we obviously, we'll take advice or whatever. I'm not like so egotistical that I can't take advice from people. You know what I mean?
no, right? No, it's
But
nothing. Fuck you,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
sometimes you do got to take a step and listen to
yeah.
what people are saying, so.
Oh, absolutely. Um, Honestly, you get a lot further in life if you're that way. I believe. You know,
Yeah. We got a
can't be
big
all
hello to
my
you
way
guys.
or the highway.
No.
You know.
Right.
I
So
mean, it'd be
true,
nice,
though,
but
Like, yeah. Big hello.
depending on who you talk to, they will say that it is my way or the highway.
No, it's so true, man. We get that with work too. You'll get on sites, and this guy will come over. Oh, it's got to be done like that. Well, no, because we can't do our job if it's done like that. But sorry
Yeah.
about your luck. If
Yeah,
it's
right.
happening like this, or we could meet in the middle. It's one or the other, bud. But
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
so, are you guys? You got some new stuff out? Are you guys got like a tour planned? Are you guys doing some local shows? What's happening?
Well, right now we're just working on promo stuff, like these interviews and things like that. I
Yeah.
I really do want to go on a tour, but it will probably be next year.
Yeah.
The whole COVID thing is just there's still shows getting canceled around here, I mean, so it's not like I want to go try and book a tour right now and half of it get canceled, you know?
No, and then yeah, sort of it gets canceled
Yeah,
or halfway through your tour. Now
yeah, it's
you're
going.
fucked. You spent all this money, because
Yeah.
when you guys go on tour, shit, it costs a lot of money to go on
Oh
tour as a
yeah,
band.
yes it
Right?
does. It's very, very expensive, and nobody ever
I
seems to understand how
know,
expensive
right?
it
Like I've
is.
heard rumors,
Yeah.
like 8 grand or more
Oh
per
yeah,
per tour.
easily. You put
Easily, right? Like,
Yeah, you put 4, 5, 6 people, however many's in a band, and all these people have to travel. They have to eat. They have to stay somewhere. Um,
yep.
and then getting paid. you know, what's
Yeah, right.
that?
As fun as it is to work for beers, it doesn't really
Yeah, I don't
fucking
work
pay
for
the
beer
bills. So,
anymore.
no,
No,
right? I can buy
no,
my own beer when you pay me to play the
exactly.
show, right? So
Yes,
I hear you
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So obviously you have a great big promotion poster in the background and such. Is that a flag? Like, is that stuff we can purchase? What's up with
Um,
your merch?
that is actually a stage scrim. It's one of our brand new ones. That is our EP cover, and
Not for sale, she says.
not for sale. We are working on new merch. We have some merch on. Honestly, we sell out of our stuff really fast, which is really cool. But it's hard to keep up with all that stuff. But the record label is getting ready to put some stuff up on their site and take over some of that stuff for us, which is just fine with me because we honestly don't have time for it. It's terrible, but
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you work as well. It's not like you're just in a band,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you
Almost
know.
anybody in a band
Because we
has
were
to work anyway.
last night, I believe. Yeah. I'm like, I know,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh
I
yeah.
work too, right? So
Everybody
thank
does.
God it worked out tonight, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
perfect. And the great thing is we're on the same time zone because
That
you
is.
guys are only in Tennessee, right? So
Yeah. That's perfect.
yeah,
Was
it's
it
been
though
hard
confusing?
the last few bands. I've gotten to know my time zones across the world on how many hours ahead or behind they are, depending on where they are, right?
Yeah. No,
Because
the whole.
bands from out west in Canada, out east, overseas, Ireland, man, Sweden. We just did Sure from Sweden, right?
Oh
We got
yeah.
a lot of bands from all, which they're an hour ahead of us or whatever. Fuck. Sometimes, you know, you're getting up at 3 in the morning to talk to people just to organize stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm really bad at time zones. Like the whole the UK interview we did, everybody was like so messed up. Nobody knew what time it was supposed to be. And we
Oh
ended up, we
yeah.
got through it. I mean, I don't know if it was the correct time or not, but we did it.
That was what, last night or the night before you did that one? Wasn't
That
that
was
long ago?
last week, I think.
Was it last week? Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
concept of time like you. Like I don't know what day it is anymore. Like
I just live.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just live every day, and that's all I do.
Well, I travel so much with work. I'll leave a fucking Saturday and not get back till Thursday.
Oh,
And then
wow.
now you're working Friday, Saturday. Well, shit, how many days is that in a row I've worked now?
Well, yeah,
It gets
definitely.
confusing.
Wow.
And then you're trying to do your shows, right? Trying to keep in touch with the artist and trying to follow up and always make
Yeah.
sure.
What
Some
I
days I
did
don't
is,
get home in time. you know.
yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. I try to me, that kind of stuff, I put it on a certain day and a certain kind of time frame, and that way it programs it in my head, and I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's Thursday, I gotta do something.
Well, I have
There's
a
something I'm
three-step.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I got my three-step process. So I initially reach out to the band, write it in my book, and then I put it on my calendar. And then
Yeah,
hopefully I remember, fuck, okay, Thursday night, 8 o'clock, poof, we got
yeah,
Shallow Point on, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. I get it. I do. I'm bad about stuff sometimes. And I have a
yeah.
whole calendar book that, I mean, I run my own business, grooming dogs, so I have to keep up with all that, And so whenever I have something to do, I just write it in there, you know. But my
Well,
problem is I
let's
forget to look at it.
let's dabble a little bit about your actual business, what you do for a living. Then you run your own business. What is that's got to
I,
be a bit of a trick.
yeah, I started doing first whenever COVID hit, because a lot of people didn't want to go to the shops,
Hmm.
and so I started grooming at home. I groom dogs, and
Oh,
it's a fun job, and I love it. I love it at home. It's amazing. It's so
gonna
much
say
better.
animals are fantastic,
It,
man. Like
yeah,
they put us in your face, whether it's a cat, a dog, a hamster, you're petting it, playing with it, Now
yeah,
you're smiling, you're freaking about everything else, right?
absolutely. That animals and music are like the two best things in the world,
Oh, I
in
always
my
look
opinion.
music, food,
Yeah.
food is 100%.
Oh,
Animals are
food!
terrible.
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot about food. I like food a lot.
So Tennessee, what's a traditional favorite meal from Tennessee you love?
Oh gosh. Um,
Mine's fried chicken, fucking potatoes and gravy with biscuits. That's
always
typical
mashed
Georgia,
potatoes.
your collard greens, some fucking right.
Mashed potatoes and gravy, always. I mean, with anything, that's definitely a
Yeah,
Tennessee thing. And biscuits.
I love
I'm
my
not
biscuits,
exactly for
man.
the bread these
Yeah,
days, and the potatoes. Actually, the potatoes are kind of fattening too. But
yeah. I just kind of heard a new study. Potato chips interact with the chemical in your brain that reacts for your fear mechanism and it turns it off. Like, apparently, if you eat a lot of potato chips, your fear level goes way down.
Wow,
apparently,
you
right?
like turned into a superhero when you ate potato chips.
Just eating potato chips, fucking Pringles.
Okay, see, I'm eating more potato chips now.
Hey, man. Especially before you get on stage, you know. Like, so,
yeah, I'll be fearless.
Stage fright. I was gonna say you've been playing bass, family fan, and playing music for a long time, but like being on stage and stuff, do you still get nervous when you get up there and you fucking jam a show, or?
Sometimes I do, just out of the blue. It's weird, but most of the time, once I'm up there and I start playing, I'm fine. It's maybe the first song, might be a little nervous, but I don't really get that
am I in tune? Is he gonna play the right song? Or
I don't worry about any of that anymore. Really, I just get up there and play. I don't care. I don't really get nervous anymore, really. But I'm kind of lucky that I grew up in a family that had me on stages really young. I was in ballet, and I played at huge coliseum, or danced at huge coliseums when I was a kid. So I think all that kind of got me out of stage fright at an early age. But I do still get it. No, I'm not gonna sit here and say it now, but I gotta eat more potato chips next time.
I'm telling you, man. A couple Pringles, you're fucking good to go.
Yeah.
So basically, with that said, I was taught to dance real young, and we did competitions and stuff like that. And I kind of got over that stage fright, but still to this day, every time I do a show, I'm always nervous until we first talk. As soon as we get our first sentence or two out of the way, then that goes away and we just roll with it. You know what I mean? Whether we're live here or I'm on a stage, whether it's 50 people or 1,500 people,
Well, what's funny is I was really nervous about doing this live stream stuff because I'm not like in love with myself. I don't like to look at myself. And I just think I don't know, it's like, are people going to think I'm egotistical because I'm the only one doing it? Or, it's just really weird because I was nervous about live stream stuff and I don't know why.
Yeah. See, that's something I've always preached, and the way I do my show being live, it's no different than you guys getting on stage and doing a live show. Like, you can't fake that shit. You know what I mean? You either come off good, you're all right, or you're fucking terrible. It's no different than if a band gets on the stage. Right? So, personally, show, I think it shouldn't run any different, right? Like, you get that one go. Here you go. And you might get another one later on if everything goes good.
Questions. I will say I've had some questions I just didn't know how to answer, a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at it. But
well, you're now the media queen for the band, right?
I am. Nobody else wants to do it. I get stuck with all of it.
I know you're like, this guy's shy, this guy's busy. It's just me. I'm like, hey, that's fucking cool, man. I don't mind. It's a little easier one-on-one. I must say though, with pressure, they were very organized on the show. They weren't overlapping each other. There wasn't 4 conversations going on at once. Fucking very good, man. So,
good.
But normally I strive for the 1 or 2 people, and then anything more than that gets chaotic when
it does.
No set program. It's not like I'm going to ask this question, you answer, I ask this question. I'm going to introduce us, you introduce yourself, and then we go from there. You know what I mean? So.
Well, it's really cool to meet you.
Oh, anytime, man. Especially when you guys get some new stuff coming out. You said you're recording new stuff. Obviously Sam and I is my connection to you guys. So if you guys ever, when your new stuff comes out, let me know. I'll post it on the page, put your new videos up, or whatever you guys need. right?
That would be
And
great. Thank you.
of course. So, my only other big question before we just babble for a while: how do you juggle running your own business, running the band, and then you have your family life on top? Because I know you're married and such. Like how the fuck do you juggle all this shit, man?
It's not easy. I don't. We don't have kids. Our dog is our kid, so there's that. At least we don't. We don't have kids. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I run a pretty much a full time schedule. I mean, I am really, really happy to have this record label behind us right now because it's got to where I mean they help a lot with a lot of stuff, and as far as me trying to do it all, I just about given up. It was just too hard.
It is though. Like I get
It
you,
is.
man. So,
But somehow make it work. I mean, there's one thing I tend to be a little bit less busy in the wintertime, even with the dog business, because people like let them grow out in the winter and stuff, so we're not
yeah,
as slammed and stuff. But so I do have more time on my hands, which is good for the band.
yeah. That's something I'm looking forward to next year in my new job I'm taking. I get kind of the winters off, so we'll be a winter season based show. I'll do what I can through the spring and summer when I'm working like 24 hours a day, right? But
yeah.
come the winters, like this year, we have our traveling show starting November 22nd. I'm flying to South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Teaming up with Stone Daisy, which is another podcaster just like myself over there. We're going to start our cooking show. So our first season will be eating all the South African meals.
Wow.
And then trying to recreate them afterwards. So I'm
spending my gosh, that
just over a month. I'm like, fuck it, I'm staying for the whole month, man. Like, all right, so.
That sounds super cool. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. It's something since I've started the show, right? But financially, I've been working for it for 5 months now.
Wow.
Like being able to afford to leave for the whole month, pay my fucking bills, plus pay my bills over there, it's just unreal, right?
Right.
But what do you do though? You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. But now South Africa sounds pretty cool to me.
Oh, I'm excited, man.
I bet you are. That sounds amazing. Seriously.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Like, that's a big deal,
It is, but on the same hand, I can't expect too much because I could get over there and everything goes to shit. Now I'm stuck in South Africa for a month, but I'm just kind of going on a whim here, right? So
hey, that's what it takes. You have to be able to jump out there and do things you've never done before in your life, and not be afraid. Just go for the gusto,
And then. Here's a good friend of the show's right here. She's all the way from New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Give her a little shout out. Yeah. So, where do we find your music? You guys are obviously YouTube. You're on Spotify. Are you guys like on all the media shit? Bandcamp?
Everywhere. Yeah. We're pretty much everywhere there could be music. Except Sirius XM. I haven't got us on Sirius XM yet, but I'm working on it.
That's hard to get on, man. I don't know a single band that's on that yet. And,
I know.
Like, not to brag, but we've interviewed a lot of bands here in the show, man. Yeah. And everybody's on everything, but nobody said nothing about XFM radio or whatever it is, right? So.
Well, I hear it's really expensive now, so that's probably going to shoot me out of the water, too.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Better be part of the next contract.
I'm feel fortunate if anybody ever listens at all, because in a day and age where there's so much music out there, there's so many great bands. I mean, like, if somebody even takes the time to listen to your band and check you out, that's a really cool thing, because you just get lost in all of it, I mean, we do that.
brush on that a lot on the show, actually. I've always kind of come down to, like, with the new internet and all this shit, obviously, we grew up without it. You know, you had a phone party line when we were in the country, you know, fucking,
Yeah.
but, like, does it make it easier or is it harder because there's so much more out there that drowns, say, you guys out in particular? Like, how do you rise above all the other garbage that's out there? Right? Like, how do
It's
you do
hard.
that?
It is really hard. You know, when when our band first started, which has been every bit of probably 10, maybe 10 years ago. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
but when we first started, like, all Facebook was new, you know, and it was a lot easier then. But now it's not. There's so many bands, so many musicians. And the algorithms are, you know, they're constantly beating people down, and so it's harder than it's ever been. But in a way, it's still easier. It's better, like, than you know, when bands in the '80s had to hang signs up on telephone poles. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
so
you went to other people's shows and you sold your merch in the parking lot and handed
yeah,
out tapes. Like,
yeah,
I could count like 5 or 6
yeah,
bands that I met over the years just because they were in the parking lot after a show they didn't even play at. They
yeah,
were just out
yeah.
there handing the shit out.
Oh
Here,
yeah, we've
man,
done that
here.
before.
You
And
know,
I've
like,
seen people do that many times. Yeah, but
yeah.
I feel
Five
like
Finger Death Punch was one of them. I met them in a
really,
fucking parking lot, man, selling their merch and shit. You know, Cold,
wow,
another one. They were handing
um,
their tapes out, tape cassettes, man. Here, and you
wow,
know they recorded every one of those themselves. You know what I mean? And fucking
yeah.
handed those babies out, right? So
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, honestly, that stuff still works if you can find the right places to hand stuff out, you know. But
yeah,
it depends on where you're at. Like if you're at a festival, they just throw it. You know, they don't want to carry it around, so you'd have to
yeah.
catch them on their way out. You know, when they're
I was
leaving
gonna
or
say that
whatever.
you want to be there the last day when they're leaving
Yeah,
and keeping all their souvenirs,
throw
because I
CDs at
know you get that
them.
shit on a Friday and it's fucking gone by Saturday afternoon. It's
Yeah,
disappeared in the crowd, right? Like so.
yeah. Those were the good old days,
So
but
yeah, I know everyone says the good old days, but was it really that good? You know what I mean? Like when it all comes down to it.
I don't know. In some ways, these days it's really cool because you don't even ever have to leave your house. You know,
No,
you just
right?
write music, make videos, and you know, wait till
Yeah.
you're big enough to sell out a stadium and then go play shows. That's what
Well,
I'm looking
we
at.
did
You
a
know?
band earlier this year, I believe it was, or right before the end of the year last year. Noskin. Those guys never even met each other until they were on this show.
Oh
They've always
wow.
just talked to each other online. They wrote a whole album together.
Oh,
You
that's
know
so
what I
cool.
mean? So they
Yeah,
came on the show, and then next thing you know, fucking, that was the first time they've ever seen each other in person. Technically,
that's
you know what I mean? So,
see, that's the amazing thing about the internet right there, because you
hmm
can do that type of stuff now, and you don't even have to leave your house, and so that's really cool, you know.
right? Like,
And yeah,
but on
that's
the
got the
same hand, it gives everyone the same access. You know,
that is true.
everyone
Yeah,
has that same platform now. So
yeah.
you get, you know, as much as you don't want to say it, you know, you get drowned out here and there.
Oh yeah,
It's no
definitely.
different than with my show. Like, you
Mhm.
get fucking pushed out from all these other fucking Everyone's got a podcast, you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah,
right? But what I've
for
seen, no
sure.
one has new bands on all the time. It's always they're just talking about music, right?
Yeah,
Like but
I
yeah,
I think your followers will watch, you know, your fans
we
and
we have some
diehards.
loyal fans. I've got to say
Yeah,
that every one of our fucking fans are loyal. They either watch us live or they catch us the next day when it's up, right? And,
that's awesome.
I got to give a shout out to Kevin. That guy will reach out to you.
Cool.
His name's Kevin Moore. He
Hi,
fucking
Kevin.
every band that's ever been on the show, he reaches out, says hello, he checks out your music. You know what I mean? So
Oh, that's awesome. If
That's
everybody would do that, like, imagine what a better world it would be. No,
oh, we'd both be rich, baby.
yeah, right.
Right.
We would be selling out stadiums.
Yeah, yeah. So you said it's been raining there all day. I guess it's been pissing
Well,
rain here too, right? So
yeah, it just started raining really hard about an hour ago. We got storms coming through here, so
yeah,
I was
it's all
about to
coming from
introduce
up here. Hey, it's been rolling down your way all day.
Oh, great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I wanted. And my weekend's here. Today was my last day of work. And so it's probably going to
Oh,
rain
nice.
all weekend.
I got 2 more days. I got Sunday off. I think that's my last day off until I fly out. So we'll see.
What do you do for a living?
I work construction, right? So I'm kind of hit and miss on different trades: roofing, insulation, framing, stonework, right? Brickwork.
Oh, that's cool.
Depending on what company needs me at the time, I'll
Yeah,
subcontract out and go work with them, right?
that's cool.
Yeah,
It's good to know how
it's
to
been
do
a
that
long.
stuff.
Yeah, it's been a fuck. I'm 41 now, so I've spent 30 fucking years learning every bit of every trade, right? Gas fitting, electrical, whether it's framing, concrete, drywall, you know what I mean? So
Oh, that's awesome, though. To know how to do all that is really cool.
it's
Yeah.
it's a nice fallback from
Yeah.
trying to being a musician or trying to
Yeah.
do this, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we all know you'll fucking eat dirt before you get paid, right? So
Oh, yeah. Know all about it. Sure do. Some things never change.
no, no. I have found with my show, I've had multiple co-hosts and people I've worked with over the last year or two. Have you ever had a problem because of the band? Someone thinks they deserve money or something for what they haven't even finished yet, or because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had that with almost everyone I've worked or co-hosted or had on the show, other than Stone Daisy, who will be from South Africa with us, and God rest her soul, Roxy Fox, who just passed away recently on co-hosted with me. Everyone else has argued and fought about money. And it's like I don't even get fucking paid. It's my show, man. So
Well,
you
what
know,
are they fighting over money for? I mean, they
I
think
don't
you're
know
supposed to
because
pay them to be on your show? Is that what it is?
I don't know what their expectations or what their thoughts were, but you guys come on for free. Every band comes on for free here. I do the
Yeah,
show
I
for
mean,
free. You know, like I pay for the restream. I pay for all the traveling I do. Like
yeah.
I'm not sponsored by nobody. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't get people. I'll never understand people. That's why I like dogs.
yeah, we even
But,
did an interview with Apocalypse, Cannibal Apocalypse. I didn't realize at the time. I still got to have Buddy back on to justify himself. The one guy originally had booked in, and another guy reached out and said, "I'm part of the band. I write all the music." So I get them on. The one guy, you can't hear him because his internet sucks, so he can't even defend himself. Well, this guy says, "I wrote all the music. It's my money. These guys owe me." He's trying to sue them and shit.
oh, gosh.
So I don't know. I spent an hour telling this guy, "Fuck you and your money and your copyright bullshit. It's about the fucking music, man." Like, you know,
That's a
and
shame. It really is
yeah,
a shame.
and
I
you see
mean,
that a lot, actually,
um,
right? Like,
yeah, I've seen some of that stuff with musicians for sure. It's like, in my opinion, I am happy there are people like you that are willing to have me on your show. You know,
of course,
I'm happy to be here. I don't expect nobody to pay me to be here or pay me to use our music on your show. That's silly. But yeah, if there's a problem with a human being, I've had that problem with them at some point. So,
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
been
name
one
it.
or the other,
I mean, you name it, it is in there.
right?
And I love people. I get along with people. I don't have a
Hmm.
problem with people. Oh, really? I don't. But like I said, if there's going to be a problem, that's going to happen to me.
Yeah, I hear you there, man. Because I always find, especially in the music industry, whether you do the show or you're playing live, there are either people that will just work with you regardless, or there's
Yeah.
people that want fucking paid. Well, if you want to get paid in this industry, you're in the wrong industry, man. Because
Right.
you know
Well,
you're gonna fucking starve.
one thing about them too is most of them don't really want to work for it. They don't want to work to be where it to do what it takes to actually get there. Not that
No,
I know,
right?
not that I know what it takes to get there, but
No,
I
but
just
you've
know that
made
most people don't want to do it.
yeah.
Look, I'm the only one on here. I mean,
No, exactly,
nobody else
right?
wants to do it. You know.
Those you know what
I'm
it takes
saying.
and the sacrifices you have done to even just get to where you are now as a
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
Like you didn't get paid for every step of the way. You know, you millions.
No.
You're not riding around in a jet. You know what I mean?
No.
But
With my
yet
band name on it.
you yeah, right. Like you're still here making the music, and you're
Yeah.
still pushing to get your music
Well,
out there.
I think
Like
that
that
kind of
passion is what drives me, right?
it is. I think that a lot of that is what separates people that really love it from the people that really don't. I mean,
Hmm.
because if you really love this, you'll continue to do it. I mean, whether you're making any money or whether you have to do whatever you have to do, you'll keep doing it. You know,
Hmm.
trust me.
Yeah, I almost hitchhiked home just to make it home in time to do this interview. You know what I mean? But
Right?
so
Yeah,
it's
I
fucking
get
pouring
it.
rain and everything. I would have still done it when I got home, but like,
Aw,
all right. I
you're
was excited
awesome.
tonight, man. You guys have fucking awesome music, man. I
Oh,
love your
thank you.
page. I love some of your photos you guys have up are phenomenal.
Oh, thank
So
you.
who
We've had. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just who does your photos? Is that an actual photographer you bring on tour with you, or is that just a
No,
buddy?
it depends on which photos you're talking about. Like,
Your main cover photo is you on
uh,
the bass, right on stage, fucking just jamming.
okay, that one is a mixture of different photographers. The one of me was taken by a professional photographer that was at that festival, and God, I can't remember his name right off. I'm sorry,
Hey,
but
that's all right.
yeah. And then the other two photos, I believe, were taken by a local photographer named Necro Von K. And she's pretty much the photographer around here, and she does really, really good work. I mean, like everybody around here has. She's so cool. She goes to everybody's shows and doesn't charge anything, you know. And honestly, a lot of her pictures of us are some of my favorites, you know. So she does a really
Oh, you
good
guys
job.
got some actually really good photos.
Oh,
I'm a
thank you.
amateur photographer too, right? So it's
Yeah,
always about that angle or that how the sun
yeah.
hits you as you're playing. You
I've
know what I
always
mean?
kind of thought that we were photogenic or something too, because don't you think being a photographer that it helps if you have people that are
Yeah.
photogenic, you know? Because some people
No.
just aren't, you know. I mean, nothing
Some
against them, they're
people,
just
yeah,
not.
you take their picture and their expression on their face just sucks.
Yeah.
The picture's good,
Well,
but
I'm
they
not
look
gonna lie, I
terrible.
got some bad
That's
pictures out there too. Really
oh
bad
yeah,
ones that I'm like, oh, get rid of the tag.
yeah. Delete, delete.
Delete. I'm sorry, photographer. I love you, but I don't like that picture. You know, and how do you tell them
Oh no,
that? You
don't.
know,
Yeah,
but usually there's at least one or two or more in there that you like out of the ones they take. But
yeah.
yeah, not all of them are good.
No, you can't be good all the time, right? Like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
you have shit shows, sometimes you have good shows, sometimes
Oh
you fucking
yeah.
blow it out of the water, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so your artwork. I always kind of ask about this because artists, the people that draw all these fucking album covers and do the artwork for these bands, do you guys do that yourself, or do you have another person that does that for you? Or
We do all that ourselves.
holy, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it. My husband is the singer and the guitar player. He drew this album
Yeah.
cover, and the other one too, actually. But and we do our own videos, our own music videos too.
I was going to ask you about that too, so that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, we do those ourselves, and that's a lot of fun because we just enjoy that stuff. I mean, it's fun to make them. They're time consuming, especially when you already have other things going on all the time, you
Yeah,
know. But somehow we've managed to make, I guess, about what we made.
you have a few.
We've made four actual official music videos, and then I think the rest are
No,
limited
you're right.
videos.
It is 4.
Yeah.
I've been looking your shit up in the last couple of days to make sure I kind of knew what I was talking about, right? So that's
Yeah.
always the hard part, You get so many bands on.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
on next? Who do I research?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I know
Keeping up with
Andrew
everybody.
and them and his brother Nick. I worked with them up in Thunder Bay. They do all their own shit too. They do all their own recording at work in the hotel room. like,
Now, we don't do our own recordings, and that's mostly just because we don't have time.
yeah.
Um, we have a whole studio here in this house, but as far as it's time
Hmm.
consuming, and we just don't have time for that.
Well,
So,
they don't.
and the guy that does our stuff is so awesome. So why would we? You
How do you
know,
argue? Yeah.
he does a great job. I mean, it's Travis Wyrick, and he's done like 10 years in POD and Pillar. He's
Actually heard
done,
his name a few times with other bands that he works with and does their stuff too. Actually,
yeah, he's a
should
cool
almost
guy.
have him on the show one time just to
Oh,
fucking
that would be cool.
shoot the shit. I love bringing the behind the scenes stuff, the stuff people don't see. Like you work full time. The band, everybody works full time.
Yeah, yeah, oh
Whether
yeah.
you have kids or not, and then you have the photo shoots and
There's always more to the story than meets the
oh
eye,
yeah, but yeah,
and the
it's
struggles and.
like you can always bitch about your life, but I can guarantee someone else on that bus has a worse life than you, bud. So
There's always
step down a little
somebody.
bit, calm down, be thankful
Yeah,
for what you do have and what you
yeah,
fucking do. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. I totally agree.
mm. Well, you've been fucking fantastic, man.
Well, so have you. It's been really cool to talk to you.
Yeah, anytime, man. I know you guys got some new stuff coming out and whatever, right? So,
Yeah, we're working on it. It'll probably be spring, every bit of
yeah.
spring before we get it, especially all recorded and everything. But yeah, it's gonna happen.
Oh, I
So
can't wait. The
yeah,
stuff you guys have out. Tell us again, where do we find your music? Where do we buy your merch?
our merch is actually it's on our website at shallowpointofficial.com. And then, like I said, our new record label, they'll have some. They're getting ready to have all that up on theirs too. It'll be rflrecords.com, I think is what it is. Don't
Oh,
kill me,
excellent.
Don.
I know.
But
I'm always like I'll try to remember a band and then I fucking fuck up their name.
yeah,
Thy Enemy, I always get them right, but the buddies in another band is in the Kingdom of Nightmares. If I got it right, it will be the first time ever. Two amazing bands out of fucking northern New York, right? So,
oh wow, I'll have to check them out.
yeah.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
checking
man.
out new
I
music.
can.
I'm sick of
You
the
want
old
to?
stuff.
I can send you some links to some of the music in your area.
Oh yeah,
Maybe you guys can put together a tour. You guys are
yeah.
pretty close to the same kind of music, right? So,
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
definitely.
I absolutely love listening to new music because I don't
Oh,
know about you. I mean, I've got my favorite old bands, but they get old. You know, it's like how many
I
times
know.
can you listen to Breaking Benjamin? You know,
Yeah.
and I
I
love
was
Breaking
gonna
Benjamin.
ask you,
Don't.
what are these bands you speak of? So, Breaking Benjamin. What are some of your older influences then?
Well, honestly, my biggest favorite band is Rammstein. Rammstein.
Uh, Greatest show I've ever seen in my life, Rammstein.
Yeah,
And as far as easy as their riffs are, basic as they are, they're fucking amazing.
I
Every
know.
song
They
is
make the most
just
easiest
fucking
stuff
awesome.
sound so killer. They're just so awesome. And
Yeah,
I have not seen them live. And
just once.
we had tickets to see them, and then COVID hit, and it got
Yeah,
canceled. So I don't know if I'll ever get to see them now.
You
I'm
will.
hoping
You
they'll
will.
come here at least one more time.
We'll get you hooked onto a Germany tour, and maybe they'll
Yeah,
headline, and you guys just do a smaller part of the show, But
yeah.
we'll
But
stay in touch. And,
definitely my all-time favorite band right there. That's
hmm,
my favorite band.
absolute all-time favorite, The Doors for me.
Oh, I like the Doors too.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
because of
Queen.
when they came into my life. I really needed that music, and it really saved me, right? But
Yeah,
live show, 100%, hands down. Rammstein blows everybody out of the fucking water,
I think so
man.
too.
I haven't seen a greater show before or since. You know what I
Well,
mean?
all I've seen is videos, but I can imagine
Yeah.
people that have been there say
Oh,
they melt your face off. So.
the funny part is when I seen them, they played in Toronto, and this is going back over 10 years ago now. It was the first time they ever played in Toronto. They were still doing their own pyrotechnics. They didn't even have people to set their stage up and shit,
Oh
man.
wow,
And there was maybe 700 of us there. That was it.
wow.
Like my pants got ripped off me in my boxers the rest of the night. Like it was
I am
intense, just fucking insane.
I am totally jealous of that. I'm like totally jealous, and I wish I was at that show because I can imagine
Well,
that
my
was
pants ripped off. I had tearaways on because that was what I had in my truck instead of my work pants. And I don't know, man. They were gone by the end of the fucking pit. Like it was
That's so funny.
fantastic, man.
Yeah, I've seen their live shows on YouTube and stuff, and I think they would be amazing to see. I was so disappointed that got canceled. Golly, I was
Oh,
so disappointed.
I
You
know.
have
I
no
had
idea.
fuck. I don't know how many tickets I lost out on. Right,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but
Now, see,
what do
that
you
was
do,
us.
right?
We actually had shows booked that year too, and everything kept getting canceled and moved. Like one show got moved 3 times, and finally I just said, "Okay, we're taking the rest of the year off. We're not going to be playing
Here's
any shows this
pleasure.
year." Yeah.
Cheers, my friend.
Oh.
I love that guy. That's
I had to lock
Hmm.
mine out of here. He was being a pest. He get he gets really upset whenever I go to do interviews, and I don't understand why. Like he starts clingy. He gets clingy and follows me all over the house, and um, when he grabs this little squeaky toy and starts squeaking it real hard.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like what is wrong with you? I'm not leaving. I think I'm gonna leave or something.
That's
He,
hilarious.
he can't stand it.
Yeah,
He's kind of
pay
needy, I
attention to
guess.
me. So,
Yeah.
um, my last actual questions. Local bands from your neighborhood, you guys got to shout out to. Who else should we be looking for out of Tennessee?
Tennessee's got a lot of really good bands.
You guys do, man. I know a bunch. So, but I want to hear who you know and
I'm
who
trying
you're
to think
listening
of who
to.
is probably my personal favorite is Belfast Six Pack.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're a rock band, and they're just really friendly dudes. I mean, I've known some of them a long time. I knew their original guitarist for, gosh, I probably knew him for 10 years. But
Wow.
I would say they're probably my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Hey, let's. Fuck.
but I'm
So
kind of
glad
prejudiced to them.
people should check them out then too. You know what I mean? Like, you got to support your local bands. And
Yeah,
I've always bragged. I probably shouldn't say brag, but I've always pride my show on bringing the local bands from everywhere in the world.
yeah.
So
I've
it
got
may
a lot
not
of
be Metallica and Slayer on the show, but these are the
yeah.
next Metallicas, the next Slayers, to
That's
death.
right.
You know what I mean? The next Motorheads.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Fucking watch this shit. Listen to these people, because
yeah.
soon they're gonna be selling out stadiums. No different
Absolutely.
than you. You know
It's
what I
got to
mean?
happen eventually.
Oh, it will. You guys
We
are
just keep
fantastic.
trucking on.
Yeah, yeah. So, let's do a little touch on Sam. how do you know Sam then? Because she's the reason why we even got in touch and why you guys are on the show. So let's
Sam
give her a
has,
little shout out.
she has, I met her through RFL Records, and she's evidently working with them some. Um, and that's how I met her. And she's awesome. She's hands down knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but great things about her.
Yeah.
I've never met her in person. Her and I do
yet.
talk a lot because we're both kind of in the same business in that sense. And she's done nothing but show me great fucking music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, she's good
I
at what
can't
she
argue.
does. I haven't met her in person either, only on the internet, but I really like her. Yeah.
Well, she might not know it yet, but I've been planning a festival with her and all of her bands. So eventually we'll all sit down together.
That would
You know
be
what I
really
mean? But,
cool. Yeah.
you know, maybe next year or the year after, once everything gets settled out and we can actually confirm something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that would be
go from
really
there.
fun.
So
Something like that would be really fun. You know,
yeah, no
to actually
doubt.
meet your, people in person that you've met pretty much only on the internet would just be awesome.
Oh, I almost strive for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of people I've talked to, I know a few people from Mexico now, and I took off and went down and visited all of them a couple years back, right before COVID happened. I'm like, fuck it. Coming down to actually meet you guys. You know what I mean? We've talked so much,
cool.
so.
Yeah.
It's actually how the show started on music. I got a band out of Tucson, Arizona called No Paradise. And they actually said, yes, we'll do an interview. Here I am in Ontario. Oh, fuck, I'll be there in 6 days. Hopped in my fucking car, off I went, right? Did a cross America tour. Right?
That's great.
Man.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to visit Canada one day. I've never been to Canada.
You're more than welcome here in Ontario. Small stage you can play on when you come here. I'm working on a couple others, but we'll figure that all out. We'll be in touch for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely. Plus the whole COVID thing, but it is kind of I don't know. I don't know if it's what's it like in Canada right now.
It's it might as well be 1942 Germany. Show your papers. You can't even go to a restaurant. You can't go here. You can't go there unless you got fucking paperwork. I always call it a gold star. You know what I mean? Like
kindergarten.
Yeah, right. You got a gold star for being a fucking vax. You know what I mean? Like, personally, I don't know. I don't like to get into it too much. I'm not a political show. I'm not a religious show, but it's an invasion of privacy to ask you, hey, what's it matter if I'm vaccinated or not if we all spread the shit the same way?
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to fucking eat too, man. I want to watch the game at the bar and eat chicken wings too, regardless if you're vaxxed or not. It doesn't deter the fucking spread of the disease anyway. All it does is prevent you from getting sicker, possibly, because you might not even have symptoms. I worked with a dude, his wife got it, but he never got it. How the fuck did you not get it if it's so dangerous and contagious, but you slept with your wife every night you were home?
It's the weirdest virus I have ever seen in my life. It don't make
no sense, man. No sense at all.
No sense at all. I mean, just random, weird, but I don't know how
you can go to fucking Florida and they don't wear masks. They don't even give a shit. And their records, you would think Florida, the elderly, a lot of people retire there.
Yeah.
You think they'd just be piled up with dead bodies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but now.
They had fucking spring break.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
they didn't care.
Everybody was down there, man. Like, fucking. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like, I am back. I only did it just so I can continue to do my show and travel. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even
Right.
go home to Georgia
Well, I
without
mean,
being vaccinated. I can't even go see my parents out east because
absolutely.
I'm
And
not
then,
vaccinated. Like, like,
yeah,
how
I
do I
can't
go to
even.
South Africa to make my show happen better?
Yeah. I mean, it's like if it comes down to that kind of stuff, you just like gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm vaccinated too. But figure I play in a band. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
gonna be around drunk people in bars, and they all hug on
Yeah.
you, and they
Oh, yeah, man. Like, you get talking,
right up in your
you're drinking,
face,
you're spitting.
and
I get right.
yeah,
Like,
so
uh,
yeah,
my buddy Devin, Unfortunate Losers. They for Buck Cherry tonight. Actually, they had to all be vaccinated to do their show, right?
yeah,
So they were forced to continue what they're doing. Which,
yeah,
if it doesn't stop the spread, by no means,
yeah,
why do I have to get it? I've never got a flu shot in high school. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've
I'm not
never
a big
got the
flu
flu
shot
since
person.
either. Right? So,
Yeah. Oh, I've had the
I don't
flu.
know.
It's no fun. I don't know how I've gotten even with the vaccine. I don't know how I've not gotten COVID because I've been around a lot of people that have had it,
Yeah.
and got over
Oh,
it and stuff. But
when
I
it
don't know
first
how I've
went
not gotten
down,
it
I
so far.
literally did a miles in my car, meet new people every god. Back to Ontario the day after COVID was announced and they shut everything down. Now
Oh
I'm making
wow,
100 phone calls, panicking. I'm gonna die because I got COVID now. I just infected the people I live with. Got tested, nothing.
oh,
Now I'm from Ontario to South Carolina, up to New Brunswick, and then Ontario.
oh wow,
Like, I might as well have drove around the whole country.
wow.
And nothing. I was in Montreal 2 weeks later. March 14th, I was in Montreal, partying with all them. Fucking nobody gave a shit. I should have probably had it.
Wow.
I probably already had it. Like, even when we got back and they let us back to work, first place we went to, dude's like, yeah, I just got over COVID.
Oh
We're
wow.
like, what the fuck? Why are we even here, man? Like, we should not be here. You know what I mean? So then we
Yeah.
all have to get tested and stuff, right?
Yeah. I know it's been a really, really crappy couple of years. I have
Yeah.
to say. I'll be glad when it's gone because it's just, oh gosh. Well, you know what's done to the music world. You
Oh,
know. I mean,
between music and restaurants, it's
yeah,
kicked everyone right in the nut.
yeah,
Poof. Fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's over.
yeah.
So,
But I think it'll
but we're
regain.
making a
It's just a
comeback.
matter of time.
Uh,
Yeah, we're gonna make
I
a
think
comeback.
I think it'll come back even stronger.
Yeah,
People will finally appreciate being able to go to that show and go out to dinner together. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I lived in Tennessee. Tennessee never stopped. I mean, we closed down maybe that 6 weeks or whatever. The first
Hmm.
shutdown thing, and then Tennessee opened back up, and Tennessee's pretty much been balls to the wall the whole time. I mean, Tennessee
Right?
did not. I mean, like you can go out and eat anywhere. I mean, it never shut down really after that
Yeah.
initial 4 or 6 weeks or whatever it was. Tennessee is a interesting state with interesting people.
Each
I'm just gonna
state,
leave
I've always found, man, traveling all through the states and that, each state's its own little country.
it is. It
You know
is.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's
I
wild.
love Tennessee. Virginia is one of my favorite states. I
I like Virginia a lot too.
You guys are both entwined with the mountains and stuff. You guys are kind of
Yeah,
one of the same in that sense.
yeah. Virginia's gorgeous, and the
Oh,
people
I
there are
love it there.
really, really cool there too.
Oh,
I
it's
like
the
the people there.
the state of love. Everywhere you go, it's love signs, man.
Yeah,
I can,
yeah.
hell, so
Like old hippie Peaceville.
yeah, one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, is there anything else we should talk about before we fuck off for the night? Because I know you got to get me up early. I've got to work early tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm hoping we'll have
Yeah.
our new music out, and everybody be sure and check us out on. Oh, please subscribe, please
Yeah.
subscribe our YouTube channel and hit us up on our Facebook pages. There's the only way we can keep up with people, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, these people that may like us, if they don't connect with us somewhere, we'll never know them, you know.
No, I hear you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've had people, I've been in Niagara and people recognize me and I'm like, oh, fuck, you watch the show? They're like, no. Well, how the fuck do you even recognize me then if you don't watch the show? You know what I mean? But
You just
hey,
have
it's
that
cool.
recognizable look.
Yeah, I look like that dude from last week. That's all I ever hear, right?
I get that a lot too.
Yeah.
I know you from somewhere, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of places you can know me from. I mean, but
Oh,
I
so
do
true.
totally appreciate you having me on here. This is
Oh,
awesome. It's a lot of fun.
anytime, man. It's been so fun. You really made my day. My day was shit today, all day, man. So
Oh,
to
I
come on
hope
and laugh and have a few drinks with you and smile again, fuck, I really appreciate that, man.
I hope your weekend rules.
Oh, it'll be better now, man. Tomorrow, no one can ruin me tomorrow after today. So
Yeah.
you really made
Tomorrow's
my night.
Friday, so.
Yeah. I gotta work Saturday and stuff, but I don't give a shit now. I got the interview Shallow Point, baby. You know what I mean?
You're awesome.
You guys are legends in the making, and I can't wait to hear more music. And is there anything else that we should cover, or?
I don't think so. I think that we pretty much covered about
Yeah.
everything.
Well, let me end the stream if you can hang out backstage with me for a few minutes so we can shoot
Sure.
the shit. And
Okay.
I just got to say, thank you again for watching here in the Boneyard. We had Shallow Point. Play it
Thanks
loud.
for watching, everybody.
Play it proud, baby. We'll see you guys soon.